The use of hats as a special accessory is very old. Maybe in the past, the hat was only used as a cover to protect the head or even to hide the hair, but gradually this cover found a special place in the favorite style of women and men. Hats are designed and produced in different types and models, each of which has a special name. Maybe knowing the names of different hats is unimportant to you, but when you want to use these hats, you should definitely know their names. In this video, we are going to review 11 types of hat styles.
Number 1. Beret hat.
Beret hat is a hat of French origin that was first made in France in the 17th century. This hat is usually suitable for women. Since the 18th century, when French villagers made shoes and hats from sheep's wool to protect themselves from the cold, the use of beret hats became popular and became more popular with the start of European wars. This hat is round and flat and usually produced by hand and suitable for women. When you put the beret on your head, it is tilted, which gives a beautiful shape to your style. Meanwhile, if you hold the same hat in your hand, you will see that it is without shape and smooth and even fits easily in your pocket.
Number 2. Fedora hat.
Fedora is the round men's hat that has many fans. Of course, it is better not to give gender to this beautiful hat, because women can also have a special and attractive style with it. It may be interesting to know that fedora is one of the oldest hats. This hat shows its charm in any style. Of course, the fedora hat is usually used in more informal situations. Also, there is no age limit for using these hats. If you wear this hat with denim clothes or monochrome styles, the charm of your look will be doubled. It's nice to know that a fedora hat paired with big sunglasses creates a cool street style look.
Number 3. Bucket hat.
Bucket hats have become very trendy in recent years. Of course, these hats owe their renewed popularity to social media such as Instagram and TikTok. It is rare to see a blogger who has not done a challenge without a bucket hat. Most people think that this beautiful hat is only for women. While a bucket hat will be very interesting for men's casual style. Bucket hat is also known as fishing hat. For the first time in the 1960s, Irish fishermen used this hat to protect themselves from the sun. After that, in the 1990s, the bucket hat spread to all countries. In 2019, this hat was once again fashioned by the Dior brand. This hat is made of different materials. Choosing the type of bucket hat depends to a large extent on the taste and season of its use.
Number 4. Baseball cap.
You must have seen the baseball games. The hat that is placed on the head of baseball players is the one that we see in many everyday styles these days. The simplicity of these hats has attracted the attention of many young people. Of course, there is no age limit for using these hats. You will make your style attractive at any age with one of these hats. Baseball caps are so popular that they are available in different materials from linen to leather.
Number 5. Flat cap.
Flat cap, from the 14th century and from England, made its way to the clothing style of different people of the world. In the beginning, it was also called bun net. In America, this hat is also known as a driving hat. This hat was initially used as a part of men's and boys' everyday style, but over time it became popular among people and even some women used it for their casual style. It is also common to use this hat for some sports such as golf. Its material is often made of wool, fauxtony, a kind of wool fiber, or cotton, and it is mostly used for cold seasons.
Number 6. Cloche hat.
Cloche hat is a type of women's hat that looks like a bell. That is why it is known as cloche. Cloche means bell in French. In 1904, a designer named Caroline Rabix first designed and produced this model of hat, but it was in 1920 that the cloche hat became very popular. This hat was considered one of the most popular women's hats for nearly 2 decades. Many famous brands, including Lawn 1, cooperated with Caroline. The appearance of this hat also changes according to the occasion of its use.
Number 7. Cowboy hat.
The name cowboy hat comes up, a man riding a horse in a field comes to mind. This image, which is left in our minds from American Western movies, shows the history of cowboy hats. Just like you can imagine, these hats were first used by ranchers and cowboys. These hats protect the face from the sun with their large brims. Cowboy hats aren't just used on farms anymore. These days many modern styles are combined with these hats. If you are also looking for a unique and attractive style, a cowboy hat is the best choice for you. However, remember that these hats are used in informal styles.
Number 8. Hamburg hat.
As can be seen from the name of the Hamburg hat, it belongs to the city of Hamburg, Germany, which was first brought by the King of England to his country. This hat is made of wool with a wide ribbon at the end of the crown. The Hamburg hat is mostly seen in black, brown and gray colors, which is very similar to the cowboy hat. Of course, the edges of this hat are narrower than the cowboy hat. The Hamburg hat is one of the types of men's hats.
Number 9. Panama hat.
The country of Ecuador is the creator of the Panama hat. Panama hat is produced from tequila straw. That's why many people know this hat as tequila straw hat. Currently, the Panama hat is also made with synthetic fibers, but in this case, you cannot expect high quality from it. The Panama hat looks similar to the fedora hat, but they are made of different materials. As we mentioned in the text above, the fedora hat is made of wool or felt, but the Panama hat is produced from a kind of plant. That's why the Panama hat weighs less than the fedora hat.
Number 10. Boater hat.
The boater hat is a semi-formal hat that became popular in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The round of this hat is decorated with a ribbon. Venetian sailors and boatmen used this hat for the first time. This is why this hat is also known as a sailing hat. It is interesting to know that this hat was once part of the uniform of the British Naval Forces. Boater hat is very similar to Panama hat and fedora, but some details and materials are different. A fedora hat has a longer crown and brim than a boater hat. There is also a depression in the center of the fedora hat. Meanwhile, the crown of the boating hat is designed completely flat. During this time, soft straw hats with a boat-like appearance have become fashionable, which have become very popular among women.
Number 11. Bowler hat.
Bowler hat is also known as derby in America. The material of this hat is felt or wool. The spherical crown and raised edges are among the distinctive features of this hat. William and Thomas Bowler are the English designers of this hat who finally put their name on it. This hat was designed in 1894, but it still has many fans. Bowler hat is an ideal option for formal and semi-formal styles. The Irish and Americans started using this hat in the second half of the 19th century. Among the artists who used this hat are Laurel and Hardy, Charlie Chaplin,